Oh my god, boys, look at the drip. Steve is looking saucy today. Oh, what have I done? I hate myself so much. What is this? Oh my, hang on. External view, dynamic view. Can I change? Oh, okay, so this is how I'm going to be playing today. So this exists. The bike is like a low poly model swap that Insane made, and really in the beginning it's just meant to kind of give people more frames in like big servers. Now I've put it on the Fantic 250, so that is the bike that I'm riding today. Reason being is I don't want to see a bunch of these bikes when I'm playing the game normally. I just want it for like a one-off funny video, see how it goes. And we are in a Maryland server today. There's about 15-ish or so people, I think, when I joined, and I just want to see if we can get a race going. Just do a nice normal race, see if we can win. As usual, we are accompanied by Mr. Among Us on our back. We got the Minecraft Steve skin and helmet as well, just to go with the low poly bike, kind of squarish theme. Thought we'd round it all off. And yeah, as always, once we are on the start gate, I'll be with you again shortly. Hey, it didn't take me like half an hour just to get a race going, thank God. So I think the plan for this race is, obviously, first and foremost, we want to try and win. But I'm going to try, keyword there, and remember, I'm going to switch back and forth between first and third person, because the whole idea of these videos, for the most part, is to showcase kind of what skin/bike I'm using, you know. But then obviously I ride faster in first person. But the first person view in this on this bike, a little bit scuffed, so we'll just see how it goes. It's a bit weird. What I do actually like is seeing my front wheel, because obviously usually we've got a front mudguard, or front fender there, sorry, just blocking it, and it's nice seeing exactly what the front wheel's doing. So I'm going to start in first person actually, just because I find it much easier. But 250s, a little bit different to what I'm used to on the 450, I won't lie. Hell of a lot more traction. It just feels like it turns so much nicer as well. So we'll see how it goes, see what we can do. I have no chance of me getting a whole shot here. I think I'm better off just chilling and kind of tucking up the inside of everyone. There we go. Oh! There's me talking about traction. Go! Go, Steve. Up and over. And I think I got about 2 laps worth of practice before the race started. And the Fantic 250 actually feels quite nice, I won't lie. I mean, I know a lot of the time I say that a lot of it's placebo on whether you like bikes or not, because they're so similar to each other. Hang on, let's try and let's sneak up the inside of this guy. Oh, we got a good run. Round the outside. No! Oh, God, didn't want my front wheel to be taken away there. Up the inside again. Sneak. Go on, Steve. Darts to the inside. Got special Among Us on our back. This looks like, it looks so scuffed. I am so sorry, but it's so funny as well. And I really like one thing about this game, that I know that I am pretty booty cheeks when it comes to playing third person, but I love the whip animations. They're almost like little tabletop whips all the time, just getting the bike sideways and trying to bring it back round. I'm not sure what it is, but I really enjoy it. Just little things like where the foot comes off slightly as well when you're up on the pegs, like leaning forwards. Really enjoy it. Let's try and sneak around this inside here. I think for the most part, without being too disrespectful to everyone in here, it should be a fairly straightforward race, because the one actual full lap, time lap that I managed to do, it was 2 seconds quicker than anyone else, and that was on the first lap without much of a warm-up. I love his goggles, like his glasses that he's got on. That looks so funny. So all these things here, I think it's a combination of people that made it. I'll put the link to everything in the description. So I'll put the bike and the kit and the helmet. Obviously the Among Us number 35 is something that I had made for me myself by Mr. Insane, but I believe the bike is made by Insane and the helmet as well. But off the top of my head, I cannot remember who made the skin, which I feel really guilty about, because I don't actually think that one was Insane. I believe that was someone different. But 100%, I'll put it in the description for everyone. Right, let me switch into first person. Oh, getting a bit front wheel high there. Take my hand off on the keyboard. I actually like pulling a tear off on it when you do that IRL, just itch your nose or something in the air. Right, so we got a nice little gap going already. We got, what's that, oh, never mind, I was about to say 2 minute 10 is a very slow lap time, but don't know if it counts properly when you're on lap 1, does it? It counts you from when the gate drops to the end of the first lap. So it's nice that a lot of tracks that you'll find in this game is where the start's located. You essentially do an entire lap before you hit the finish line for the first time. So you end up really in these 5-lap races doing 6 laps in total, and sometimes they can drag on a little bit. So it's nice that Maryland is slightly different. So you hit the finish so early. Let's get up and over this bad boy, try and rail this, and it's like, yes, what I said at the start, seeing your front wheel is actually, to me, it's quite helpful. I imagine some people, maybe it might be a little bit distracting, but I like seeing where it is and kind of being exactly in the rut, and that's not always the case, especially when, like, I mean, especially for you third-person people as well. I have no idea how the people that are really fast in third-person hit corners fast, because I could never... Oh, those are some weird vortex ruts. I could never get my bike, like, lined up properly in the ruts to have any good corner speed. Rhythm sections, completely different story. I really like going through rhythm sections in Supercross and such in third person. Really enjoy it. I think it's quite nice seeing exactly where your back wheel is. But yeah, in first person, I think my corner speed is so much better. And I have a better sense as well of, like, trying to... Oh my god, how have I survived that? That 100% should have been a crash. You see, mate, sometimes it's better just to let go of everything and let the bike sort itself out, because I'm pretty sure I stopped turning at that point, stopped leaning, just let go of my steering and stuff, just let the bike straighten itself back out, and then you get going again. I'm looking up at the top right now on the map, and I see number 2, who is currently in last place. I'm obviously not trying to be disrespectful to anyone. I think we might, if we really push, might be able to try and lap him by the end of this. So what was that lap time? 1:40. Okay, no, that lap actually was better than the lap that I done in the practice beforehand. I think I ran a 46 beforehand, so we are dropping down the old lap times. I have no idea nowadays. Okie dokie, that was a really weird one. Let's go back into third again, just keep rotating. I have no idea nowadays what good lap times are around these tracks. Beta 16, I'm pretty sure we was under 140s. I think we was in the 30-ish range. That being on, or even on 250s as well, you know, where there was so much more traction. Just hold it absolutely wide open everywhere, especially on Maryland. It's such a fast track. But in my opinion, probably one of, if not the best of the stock tracks, you know, just in terms of what I enjoy. Obviously Forest seems to be like the most played stock track there is, but Maryland really is, I don't know, I feel like it's the closest you get to one of the modded tracks, you know. There's a lot of height variation to it. The ruts obviously are very stockish. They're just like an inside and an outside, and the insides really don't hold you at all, so they're not that viable really, so you end up just rallying the outsides everywhere. But it's still an absolutely fine track, you know. If you're newer to the game, I know a lot of people that watch this are, then once you've kind of got your head around things on Forest and such, then maybe just try and up the difficulty a little bit, play some Maryland or play some Washington, for example, so Washougal, and yeah, just slowly work your way up before you go to the really hard stuff. Here we go. This is oh, I've just absolutely wiped him. In my defence, I had that inside line. I couldn't really have shut off there. He cut down, but I apologise, Mr. Number 2. I did not intentionally mean to take you out there. Racing incident. Let's just let's say that. And I am actually, what's the day? So I'm recording this. I'm pretty sure that whilst I'm recording this, the beginning of the St. Louis qualifying started, so really picked some poor timing for this, but I slept in so much today. I woke up at about 3:30 my time in the afternoon. Oh god, not again. This one corner. Oh, I've gone over it as well. I'm going to have to hard reset. Hopefully it's nice to me. Yeah, there we go. Didn't reset halfway across the track. But sorry, yeah, I woke up at 3:30 today, and reason being is, for some reason, I decided to stay up and do NA aerial again. And again, I didn't record it because I didn't think I would do well. And I feel like the fact that I don't record mentally helps me, and I haven't got any pressure there at all. I feel like if I was to do exactly the same race but record, even with no expectations, I'd still do worse because it's constantly in the back of my mind. But spoilers again, I mean, you're never going to see a video, so it's not really a spoiler. I did win. It was a really good race. And funnily enough... Oh god, hang on, let me concentrate here. I'm going to lose P1 here. P2's like right on my booty. I'll have to go into first person for the last lap, I think, just to put on a bit of a charge. But yeah, so in EU... I came first and McChicken came second, and there was a 21-second difference. In NA, I came first, McChicken came second, and there was a 21-second difference. So I thought that was quite funny. We was all kind of matching each other's pace, like in NA. It was me, Chicken, and Aiden. Once things all sorted themselves out after the first few laps. Oh, is that a good lapper in a public lobby? I see. Thank you very much, sir. That is a very rare occurrence. Yeah, we was all running kind of similar pace, and I was just fortunate enough that I got a decent start. So it starts as something that I work on not quite often. I do at least a handful of practice starts on each track just to work out what it is that I'm doing. And there was an interesting line on Indy where you can... suppose you go around turn 1, and there's a landing of a big double that you kind of hit as a jump, and I sent it into the singles after it, and it turns into like almost a triple straight off the bat. And in the main of the NA race, I got it absolutely perfectly, which gave me a good gap at the very beginning. That's not to say that there wasn't any dramas. You know, I had crashed a couple times in those opening few laps, switched places with Moreno a few times, but once we was about maybe 5-ish or so minutes in, got to the front, and then just put down some really good consistent laps, and it was a really enjoyable race. The track actually got quite difficult in the end. Biggest issue really was the whoops. Very hard to try and find a nice smooth consistent line through them whoops where they're all rutted out, and oddly enough it was a case of, I think everyone kind of worked out by the end, of starting in the whoops in the far right hand side and then drifting all the way over to the far left by the end of them. And only reason being is where there's ruts and there's kind of high points and low points, if you start on the right, move all the way over to the left, then you actually don't hit any of the high points, so the whoops are all kind of similar size, if that makes sense, because the last thing you want is for your front wheel to hit one of the slightly bigger parts of one of the whoops, and then you skip one entirely, and that's when you go down, and that was very, very easy to do. So shout out to Stone Rider, really good track. I don't think I saw anybody say they disliked it. I think the only thing I saw people say is that they might like a bit better next time. Is some of the rhythm sections were a little bit too easy, you know, so there wasn't a whole lot in terms of separation of skill, so you couldn't really gain or lose much time, especially on the 450s. In the rhythms there was like a triple to quad in one of the sections, and it was just so easy, you could genuinely scrub them. So that's the only thing that I probably would change as well, is maybe having a little bit more difficult. I know Detroit's rhythms were a bit more difficult to hit, and I really enjoyed that, so hopefully more of that. But I'm really liking the tracks at the moment. Championship's going really well. I'll do the NA every now and then for a bit of fun, but I'm not involved in the championship in any way. And that is a race. Steve has done the business with Mr. Among Us on their back, the deadly duo. What can you expect? But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video most of all. Well done to Dill here. He rode quite well as well. And drop a like if you enjoyed, comment and subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. And have a lovely rest of the day. And until I catch you in the next video, peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain, even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want.